Hey guys, it's me again, Victor from Black Team Motorbikes, and today I'm going to show you how to swap the battery cables inside your battery box, which are connected with the battery and the controller. So, some of you might know it. If you use them not correctly, it happens that they get destroyed and then they're defect. And maybe over time, this connector is not working properly anymore. In that case, you would have to change those cables here. It's not too difficult, it's very straightforward. If this happens to your battery, of course, send your battery to us, then we will change the connector for you. But in that case, you can just change the cables yourself. So, first of all, remove seat tank and side panel. Remove both side panels. I got a video for that, it's down in the description. And then the first step, what you will have to do is check the black and the red cable down here and check which other cables are also connected to this negative pole here, the black pole. This is really important because some of you might have an XLR charging port, some of you might have the option that the clock is still working even though you turn off the vehicle. In that case, you would have more and more cables connected to the negative and the positive pole. So I recommend just taking some photos or marking the cables which are connected to this connector here. And the battery cable, it's pretty straightforward, it's easy, but as you can see here, we got two other cables which are connected here to the pole. So, and it's pretty easy because they're black, so I can remember that those here were connected. And on the other hand, you can see that you can see an M6 connector. And the only way to connect those connectors is with an M6 screw. So for this M6 screw, you will need a 10mm wrench. I have here an electric wrench. It's pretty nice because you don't have to move your hands. Just put it there and then it's pretty easy to do it. So let's do it with the negative pole here first. So, and as always, before you do it, turn off the vehicle because as you can see here, I got no batteries there. Then this cable's already loose, perfect. We're gonna do the same on the right, on the other side for the positive pole. And here again, we got one cable which are connected to the pole. Remember it, mark it. Oh, sorry, over here. Yep. Perfect. So, after that, those here are waterproof protectors for the cables. Open it up on both sides. Now this is a little bit difficult because those here do not fit like really perfectly through this. But if you like push it a few times through here, it gets easier and easier. So remove the first cap. Now the second one. Then you can push the cable or pull it from here. Yep. Same with the red cable. Now you got both cables here. And now you can just get the connector on here on top and just push it or pull it softly. And then one by one. First the red one and now move it a little bit, the black cable. So now we remove both cables. And now imagine this is the new cable, the good one. What you will have to do, you will see that here in the box on top you got like a small hole here. And through this hole from the top, the cables do have to go. So when you put them through those holes, make sure that the position of the black and the red cable are correct. It's the same also for the Bonfire X. For the Bonfire X you got also like an orange cable, not a red one, but an orange cable and a black cable. And then you got just two connectors here. But in the end, it's the same principle. Just check where your positive and negative pole is. In our case, the negative pole is here on the right side, the other one on the left side. So instead of pushing it through the hole like this, you have to push it through the hole like that. It will just make it easier later on. So then I start with the red one first. And it's pretty tight up here. So you have to play a little bit around and then you can pull it and push it through the hole. It's not so easy to see it here, the hole, but when you just feel it with your finger, you will see that there's a hole, especially made for that. And then the other cable as well. So now we can pull it a little bit. Perfect. So now they're hanging around here. Now again, make sure that the cables are in the right position. So we got the black cable here on the right side of the vehicle, which is perfect because the negative pole is here. So push it again through here and be careful because we got like a waterproof ring here made out of rubber. So push it through. Now get the cap, like push it over here, and now don't like close it too hard, let it loose so you can still move the cable. This is really important. The same on the other side with the red cable. Now if you can come to the left side, as you can see here, this is the waterproof ring I talked about. Sometimes if you like go out of here, you can push it back again here. And now the same with this cable here, push it over the cap now, and don't close it so you can still move the cable. Okay, now let's go on the other side. Next step is get the battery cable and get all the other cables which are also connected now on the negative pole first. And as you remember, those two black cables were connected on the negative pole. Now get the screw again. Where do we have it? Here. And I recommend always get the thinner cables first, those two here, and then get in the last step the battery cable. And now, also really important, find the right pole. As you can see here, we got the color black here, so this is the right pole. So color matches color. And now just screw it as much as you can with your hand. And then when you use the tool or your wrench, like I do here, make sure that all those cables here do not like touch anything else, no other pole or something like this. Make sure that they're just lying around here. And this is the best way. And then let's close it. Yeah, this looks good. Yeah. So here you would need like 15 Newton meters. How to describe it? It's not too strong attached, but it should be like really safe attached. You can check it if you move it around, if you can move like the connectors, and this is good. Don't make it too strong, because in the worst case you can break the screw and then you would have to change the controller. So if you do this here, do it slow instead of doing it fast. It's always a better way. Then, as you can see here, the cable is still moving. Now what you're gonna have to do here is find a good way. Like this is like too much of a cable here, you don't need so much. You can shorten it a little bit. Like this is enough, because we got still some room here to play in. And then close it, and then you will see that you cannot move the cable anymore. And this is really important, because if you have a battery here and you pull this cable here, this will not pull at the controller. And this is a lot safer, because in a worst case you can pull it out of the controller if you pull it here. Yeah, and this is not so nice. So this is also a really important part, to just make sure that the vehicle is safe, because even though you can pull here, it will never pull here from the controller. And now on the other side, same stuff as well. Here we got only one cable, and remember, in your case it can be different. It might be that you get 3 cables on the positive side. It might be you have no cable on the positive side. It always depends on the configuration of your vehicle. So let's get the screw, and now again, get the thinner cable first, and then battery cable in the end. Find the red pole, it's here. Yep. Perfect. Now, sometimes cables can touch, like here. This is okay, so cables could touch, they're protected with the silicone here, so this is not a problem. But make sure you don't touch other like poles, like here or this pole here. This is a better way on, or in the end, just make sure that no cable touches each other. This is the safest way. So, and then again, slowly closing it. Looks good. So, and now your new cable is installed, and now you can enjoy your new ride with your new connector. If your connector is like too far inside, you can still got the cables here, pull them out a little bit, and then you should be good to go.